broadcast is a debate on the sedition law. Ahead of a crucial hearing on a plea challenging the sedition law, Times Now has accessed some inside scoop. Centre has taken a stand, and the Centre is going to file an affidavit and defend the sedition law. Centre has made it absolutely clear that reviewing the law is what they want, but not repealing. So the Centre wants the law to be reviewed by the Supreme Court, but not repealed. In fact, the Centre also wants the Supreme Court to lay down some guidelines so that the misuse can be curbed. Let's in fact open this up and go across to our guests. We have Aparajita Sarangi, BJP spokesperson, joining us along with Shehzad Poonawala, lawyer, Times Now's contributor. We have Ashutosh, political analyst on the broadcast with us, and Ehtisham Hashmi, an advocate. Good evening to all of you. I first want to go across to you, Ashutosh. The government stand is pretty clear now. They are going to defend the sedition law, but the government is also saying totally scrapping the law is something that is not acceptable. Reviewing the law is something that the government agrees with. Review, not repeal, is their stand.
I think since this Modi government has come into existence, and in other states also, I'm using other states also, the most abused law is the sedition law. And if you take the NCRB data, it disproves it. NCRB data from 2016 to 2019 very categorically say that the number of sedition cases under sedition law has gone up by 160%. But what about the conviction rate? It has dropped to 3.3%. In 2016, the conviction rate was something around 30%. Now it has gone down to 3.3%. So what is happening? What is happening around is that sedition law is rampantly used by the state governments, and I'm not blaming one particular government, I'm blaming all governments. All governments are equally involved here. They are using to settle scores, they are using to muzzle the voice of dissent, and they are using it randomly here and there. So what is the use of such a law? So if you can't implement a law properly for the welfare of the citizens, then what is the point? What's happening here that in the guise of national security, you are the citizens are suffering here. So use something else. Why we should have a law which put Mr. Gandhi behind the bar? Even the law which has been used by Britishers to suppress the voices of those who fought for the freedom struggle in this country.
But the government is saying, Ashutosh is saying that they are ready for a review. They are saying the Supreme Court can lay down guidelines to make sure that the law is not misused. But why scrap the law completely? And if NCRB data is something to go by, then one would also point out the low rate of conviction in murder cases and dowry cases as well. But those laws have not been scrapped. There have been incidences of those laws being misused as well.
So I think you have to understand why this law was made. This law is a gift of colonial power called Britain, United Kingdom. They got this law. They made this law. They themselves in several other countries, this law has been repealed. There are enough laws in this country to control any kind of mayhem, to control any kind of sabotage, to control any kind of breach of national security. Why you need a sedition law? Today what is happening? What is happening is that anybody who's criticizing the government and the government doesn't like it, the sedition law is imposed, and the person concerned is put behind the bar. So do you want that a law which is infringing on the fundamental right of the citizens to continue in this country? In a civilized society, this law has no reason to exist. There are enough Supreme Court laws.
In a civilized society, this law has no place, says Ashutosh. Aparajita Sarangi respond to that. The allegation also is that the law is in fact being misused as a personal tool by the government against every individual who criticizes the government. In fact, the Law Commission in 2018 itself questioned the existence of this law.
A very good evening.
Ms. Sarangi, can you hear me?
I entirely agree with you.
Go ahead.
Yes, I entirely agree with you when you said that the stand of the central government is amply clear here. There are two issues which I would like to put forth very candidly before all of you. Number one, we have to deal with these anti-national, secessionist and terrorist elements very strictly, very stringently, and that is why this particular law has to be in place. Section 124A of the IPC has to be implemented. It should be rightly used. That's the whole issue. We are for reviewing, we are for guidelines. The Attorney General has made it extremely clear, but we just cannot go for scrapping of the law, and that's what we are putting in our affidavit in the court. And I think the case is coming up on 27th of July. This is one issue that I really wanted to put forth very clearly before all of you. There is no question of suggesting that this particular law should be scrapped. It can be reviewed, it cannot be repealed. This is one part. Number two, see, India is not the only country which has this kind of sedition law. Almost all countries have very stringent sedition laws. Now give me some time, just 30 seconds, I would be naming such countries. Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, Iran, Uzbekistan, Sudan, Senegal, Turkey. I will specifically mention USA. USA actually goes very strictly against those who go for treason. Section 18 of US Code 2381, I would specifically mention, kindly note and kindly listen. Section 18 of US Code 2381 provides that whosoever owing allegiance to the United States levies war against them or sides with their enemies, giving them aid and comfort within the US or elsewhere, is guilty of treason and shall suffer death, imprisonment, and fine of $10,000. Now, this particular law of treason, law against treason in the US is very stringent, much more stringent compared to our Section 124A of the IPC. So, I think we need to combat these anti-national, secessionist and terrorist elements. There can be absolutely no compromise.
Okay, so the government says we need to combat anti-national, secessionist and terrorist elements, and we need the sedition law, but we are open for a review. Okay, Ehtasam. Okay, let me take the view of Ehtasam Hashmi. Mr. Hashmi, Aparajita Sarangi says yes, Britishers may have scrapped this, but there are other nations who have similar laws that are very, very stringent in nature, and the government is ready for a review. Is it acceptable to you now?
See, first of all, I would like to say that BJP manifesto and BJP guidelines are not going to decide who is nationalist and who is anti-national. It has to be decided on the basis of Constitution of India and Indian democratic setup. Let me tell you very briefly, in a very important case that's named Kedarnath case, it was held that Section 124 now only applies if there is incitement to violence. And that is necessary ingredient, and without that incitement, Section 124 of Indian Penal Code, that we call sedition law, cannot be applied. And nearly 60 years ago, Supreme Court already read down law of sedition, because law of sedition has been formed by British government to suppress the voice of dissent, and we know that Bal Gangadhar Tilak Sahab and Mahatma Gandhi ji was prosecuted by British government under this stringent section. And now we talk about Make in India concept. So if we are so worried and so concerned about Make in India concept, then why we are trying to use sedition law that has been formed by British government?
Many would say that you're being extremely selective.
To suppress the voice of dissent.
Many would say you're being extremely selective because the sedition law was used and sedition charges were slapped against individuals, and there's an entire list of individuals who had to face these charges under the UPA government and various state governments as well.
May I just make a small request to all of us, to all the respectable panelists in this debate, that please go through the judgment passed by Honorable Supreme Court of India, that is Kedarnath case, and read it in the light of Article 21 of Constitution of India and Article 19. I am trying to express my views as a lawyer before this forum. And let me tell you very frankly that by using sedition, government is putting fear in the democratic setup of India. That's my statement.
Okay. Shehzad Poonawalla wants to come in. Shehzad Poonawalla, go ahead.
So, Swati, let me address all the points made by the panelists. First, let me start by a demonstration. This is something called a knife. I can cut vegetables with it, but I can also use to murder somebody. Should I ban the knife because I misuse the knife? No. Misuse of a law is the worst reason to do away with the law, and let me explain to you why. Misuse of rape laws also takes place. Misuse of domestic violence laws also take place. In fact, the conviction rates in rape and domestic violence is even worse than sedition. Should we do away with these laws? Should we not believe the survivors of rape and domestic violence? Point number one. Point number two, Kedarnath case, of course, that is the very correct thing that he has quoted. In fact, it upheld the constitutional validity of this law, and it's a five-judge bench that has given this entire verdict. So anything that has to be done now has to be done by a 7-judge bench. And what did they say? He is absolutely right. Kedarnath, and not just Kedarnath, in fact, Balwant Singh, 1995, both have said that the sedition law does not apply just because they use words that show disaffection. For instance, if I say, cut off Jammu Kashmir from India, I'm just saying this as an example, not really. This does not attract sedition. If there is imminent lawful threat that of violence, then it will attract sedition, and this has been defined by the Supreme Court itself. Now let's come to the misuse part of it. Ashutosh, my dear friend, is absolutely right. If a law is being misused, then rather than throwing the baby out with the bathwater, the Supreme Court should prescribe that this knife can be used only by a certain level of officer, by a certain entire paraphernalia that can be first judged by a magistrate or by some other authority, and then only the sedition law can be used. Because if America, which has the best anti-terror laws, still feels the need of the law of treason, which Ms. Sarangi quoted very rightly. In fact, it is there in, I think, in Australia and in United Kingdom also. Then why is it that in India it should not be there? And look, these two are the same people who will say, UAPA bhi hata do. UAPA भी ड्रैकोनियन है जो चिदम्बरम जी ने लाया, फिर बोलते सेडिशन भी हटा दो, सेडिशन भी ड्रैकोनियन है. एंड बाय द वे, एज फार एज द एंटिक्विटी ऑफ द लॉ इज कंसर्न्ड, आवर आईपीसी इज डेटेड 1860. वो भी ब्रिटिशर्स की ही लेगेसी है, उसको भी हटा दे क्या? द रीजन व्हाई सेडिशन बाय द वे एग्जिस्ट, लेट मी जस्ट टेल यू अ पॉइंट ऑफ हिस्ट्री. 1951 में द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैड स्टक इट डाउन. इट वाज मिस्टर नेहरू, चाचा नेहरू, who put the provisos in the Article 19(2), the restrictions on freedom of speech, under which now this sedition law, by the way, gets shelter. And it was the great Indira Gandhi who made
let's take a response from Mr. Ashutosh on
that the sedition law became cognizable, and it was the great UPA that used it on 9,000 protesters of Purankula. So ये भी याद रखना.
Ashutosh, go ahead and respond.
Swati, I'm really appalled by the arguments given by the BJP spokesperson. She compared India with Sudan, with Saudi Arabia, with Senegal, and with Iran and Turkey. If that's the level of BJP spokesperson understanding of Indian society and democracy, then I have nothing to say about it. Then I have nothing to say about it. You are trying to compare India's democracy with Iran. You are trying to compare India's human rights record with Sudan, with Senegal, with United Arab Emirates. I think if that's your understanding, then I have nothing to offer. See the point. What is the point here? The point here is there is enough laws in this country to deal with terrorism. There is enough laws to deal in this country with anti-nationals. You don't need sedition laws. What is happening with the sedition law? Sedition law is used rampantly by the state authorities to muzzle the voice of dissent because somebody is criticizing the government. Criticism of the Supreme Court has very rightly said in the Kedarnath case in 1995 that even if somebody is raising the Khalistan Zindabad नारे, आप उसको नहीं कह सकते. But यहाँ पे एक 18 साल की बच्ची ने कर्नाटक बेंगलोर के अंदर पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद के नारे पूरे लगाए भी नहीं थे, उसको भी आपने जेल के अंदर डाल दिया, जबकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के लॉ बिल्कुल क्लियर है. If somebody is misusing the laws, I want to ask you, central government, is central government going to take action against the government who are misusing it? Is central government going to use to deal with officers
and that's a very important
who are
point.
rampantly misusing it?
No, that's a very important point.
Has been put behind the bar for misusing
What
it?
about
How many
action
central
against
government
individuals or state governments or authorities, Aparajita Sarangi, who are misusing the law? Because the Supreme Court also, while posing a direct question to the centre, said that there is no accountability for slapping the sedition charge. The Supreme Court said if some party does not want to hear the voice of other party, they may use this law. Also, there were some very, very critical observations that came in from various courts. In the Disha Ravi case, a sessions court said citizens are conscience keepers of government in any democratic nation. They cannot be put behind the bar simply because they choose to disagree with the state policies. And there are other examples as well. Please respond.
Can I have 5 seconds? Can I have 5 seconds before Ms. Sarangi? Just 5 seconds, if with her permission.
At the outset, let me tell you that I just didn't speak only of Sudan and Saudi Arabia and Iran and Turkey. I also spoke of United States at length, and I'm also adding Australia, where if there is a sedition case, then there is a long imprisonment of 12 years with heavy fine. So I think other countries, including US and Australia, are also having very stringent sedition laws. Now, number one. Number two, let me tell you, if there is headache, do we chop off the head or we take medicines? Now, the choice is ours, whether we chop off the head or we take medicines. I think we need to take medicines. There are many laws in the country which are not being implemented properly. I think the responsibility of the central government and the state governments is to ensure that the laws are implemented properly. They are not wrongly invoked. And for that matter, we are very flexible, we are extremely open, we are going to the Supreme Court with our affidavit where all these things would be mentioned. We want reviewing, we just cannot stand repealing, because, you know, we
and fixing of accountability is equally important.
Anti-national.
Okay, so you're saying the government is open for review?
This would be maligning our country's reputation.
All right.
Just give me 5 seconds.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think this.
All right, Shehzad wants to come in.
Just a
We are
short
completely
intervention.
flexible. We want the
and
guidelines to go, and these
respond.
guidelines have to be
Just 5
implemented.
seconds.
That's it.
Just 5 seconds. The Supreme Court, by the way,
right.
Kedarnath case, Ashutosh ji, Kedarnath case was in the 60s. It was Balwant Singh case, which is in the 90s. But the Supreme Court, anyhow, has defined all the ingredients of sedition law. Now, I am asking you, sir, with utmost respect, and I like Ashutosh ji a lot, if the Supreme Court has defined कि ऐसे ही लग सकता है sedition, तो अगर कोई पुलिस या स्टेट गवर्नमेंट रॉन्गली अप्लाई करती है, why haven't they hauled up these courts, these policemen and these state governments for contempt of court? ये कोर्ट की जिम्मेदारी है. अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डिफाइन किया है सारी इंग्रेडिएंट्स को, they have abdicated the responsibility. आशुतोष जी, you can say today whatever you want to say, but today the Supreme Court should stand up and tell us that when they have defined every ingredient of sedition law, why do they allow state governments to go around applying it, whether it's Congress or BJP? They should haul them up for contempt. And now I'm still telling you, they should make the specific guidelines कि ऐसे ही लगेगा sedition और यही बंदा लगाएगा. This level of officer will put it. Ms. Sarangi is herself an IAS officer. She knows how administration works. Once the orders are clear, who else will have the guts in the state government to put it randomly? She knows it.
Swati,
So if the loopholes can be corrected, Ashutosh,
Swati,
Okay, go ahead.
Supreme Court categorically defined in the Kedarnath case, unless a statement is followed by violence, you cannot have sedition. And now I'm appalled. I'm again appalled by what Sajad is saying. Sajad is saying the act of what should be done by the executive should be done by the Supreme Court. Now the fact is, misuse is done by certain officers. What are the senior officers are doing? Why they can't sack such senior officers? Why they can't put a disciplinary action against them? They're not doing it because the top is conniving. Today, if you criticize Mr. Modi, you are denigrating the image of India. Today, if you criticize the government, it is portrayed that you are being anti-national. Today, if you are critical of the government policy in the Kashmir, you are portrayed as conniving with Pakistanis. What is happening? Can't we criticize the policy of the government? If you criticize the policy of the government, just now Sarangi has said कि आप लोग anti-national की तरीके से behave करते हैं. That's what the problem is.
Let me just have 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds, Swati. It can be Amit Shah, it can be Narendra Modi. The Supreme Court of India is tasked with the job of interpreting the Constitution. Nobody can take that job, not even the Prime Minister. If somebody is not following the Constitution, the Supreme Court can haul them up and for contempt of court for not following their orders. So it can be whoever. It can be the Prime Minister, it can be anybody. So please don't tell me the Supreme Court is powerless. Please, sir. The Supreme Court of India is the
all right,
interpreter
I
of the
think we'll have to wait to know how the Supreme Court responds, what the Supreme Court has to say once the affidavit is presented before it, because the centre's stand is that we want to review, we don't want the law to be repealed. Thank you very much, Shehzad Poonawalla, Mr. Hashmi and Ashutosh for joining us. Aparajita Sarangi is going to continue with us.